Well, in my situation, my wife's not the breadwinner. Um, we both have an agreement in terms of how we split bills in our family, our household, and those agreements change over time. So we have an agreement now about how we split bills. That agreement's going to change in about 4 months, where we're going to change that, change how we split bills, that kind of thing. So we've always had a particular agreement in terms of how we, make money and split bills. Number two, my wife and I, we're in business together. So most of what we do is, together. So we do things separately as well, right? But a lot of what we do is together. So we're making money together. And number three, just so your listeners are clear, like these things have toggled back and forth. There's been times when I've been 100% the breadwinner. And then there's been times where, we've shared, making money, or we've been in business together, and that's kind of how we've paid for things, which is kind of more where we are right now. In terms of your question about how can a man feel confident not being the breadwinner, well, the question is, well, what are you doing as a man in the relationship? You see what I'm saying? Like, are you being able to be supportive to your wife? Are you able to hold space for her? Are you able to take care of the things that got to be taken care of? I know a lot of women who are the breadwinners, but they're not like dealing with bill collectors, working, doing their taxes, managing the money, or any of that kind of stuff. So a lot of times as a man, like, it's the question of what's your role inside the family, inside the relationship. And if you have an active role, you're being supportive as a man, you're managing things within the house, which can include the finances, making sure that you're, interfacing with bill collectors and you're paying bills and all that, then that's really what the masculine thing is. The masculine expression is when you are dealing with, things that are happening outside the house, and you're protecting the house, and you're making sure that, everybody inside the house is safe and secure. And that includes, dealing with, again, like these bill collectors, and dealing with like organizing the bills and organizing the money and organizing the taxes. So if you're doing that as a man and you're taking responsibility for that, and you're taking accountability for things happening inside the house, that's where your masculinity is really nurtured or defined. It's not about how much money you make. There are a lot of like really masculine men they're not the breadwinners, but they work really hard, very protective of the house. They show up as men for the family, for the children, those types of things. So again, this whole connection between, masculinity and manhood and money is a false narrative. The question is, how are you showing up as a man inside the relationship? That's what defines your manhood and your masculinity.